Guys, Cody Rhodes and Adam Rose asked for the release. How is the WWE going to recover by losing these main eventers? They're not fucking main eventers. They never were going to be main eventers. And fuck you, Twitter. I'm Eric. Welcome to Raw Reactions first thing in the morning. The show this week kicks off with the man who pedigreed Roman Reigns after his match with AJ Styles at Extreme Rules, Seth Rollins. That's right, everybody. CrossFit Jesus is back in the WWE, and he wants his WWE Championship. Seth is in the ring, and he's looking great. He's got his three-piece suit on. He's looking like $1,000,000. Although I got to admit, the wet hair with the jacket, interesting choice, Seth. Very interesting indeed. Is there a reason why wrestlers' hair is always so fucking wet? Like, does it give them an advantage? I don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me why you would put a $5,000 suit on and then dump a bottle of fucking water on your head? It just doesn't make sense, guys. Pointless questions aside, Rollins cuts an incredible promo. Now, he started off being complete babyface, pandering to the crowd, and they were eating it up, and the internet loved it. They've been crying for months. We want our babyface Seth Rollins. We love him so much. We want to pray to CrossFit Jesus. Until Seth Rollins mentioned all the get well cards and the get well letters that he received. Now, what did he do with these letters? He fucking burned them. Beautiful. He also brought up the fact that when he was the champion, the internet fans who are now crying for him to be a babyface and are so happy that he's back, called him the lamest champion in years. I love it when wrestlers call out stupid internet fans for their bullshit. Well done, Seth. Now he keeps rubbing salt into the wound by telling everybody that he doesn't need the fans. He doesn't want their support, and he certainly doesn't need their support to be successful in the WWE. Now Roman Reigns' music hits, and he makes his way to the ring looking really, really pissed off. The big dog is not happy tonight, and it's because of Seth Rollins. So Roman Reigns gets into the ring. Seth Rollins immediately exits the ring because he doesn't need to work on Roman's time. He works on Seth Rollins' time. Now Shane McMahon, his music hits. He comes down to the ring, and he makes a match. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. I'm really looking forward to this one. Roman coming off the feud with AJ is fucking on fire right now, and I think that Seth and Roman together have the potential to have even better matches than Roman and AJ did. So I'm really looking forward to this. Now the month of June is coming up, so we all know what that means. It's Money in the Bank season. So tonight we got a bunch of qualifying matches to find out who is in the match. Now the very first match to qualify is Sami Zayn versus Sheamus. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't always been the biggest Sheamus fan, but I'm slowly starting to warm up to him, and he looked pretty good in this match as well. Both guys did a great job in this match. Sheamus dominated pretty much the entire time. He had some really, really strong offense on Sami. And in the end, though, Sheamus was coming back into the ring. He got himself positioned in the corner, and wham! Out of nowhere, Sami Zayn hits the haluva kick for the 1, 2, 3, and he qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. New Day is up next, and they make their way to the ring, and they have a birthday cake. Now, what are we celebrating tonight? Well, we're celebrating the 1200th episode of Monday Night Raw, which makes Monday Night Raw 23 years old, which means it's officially 5 years older than all the women I like to date. New Day cut another awesome promo. They're hilarious. They're great. I always love what the New Day has to say. Eventually, though, he leaves the ring with the cake. Now, he goes to ringside, and he looks like he's going to throw it in the kid's face, and then he goes over to JBL, and he looks like he's going to throw it at JBL. Then, all of a sudden, he locks eyes with that waste of skin, Byron Saxton. And he was going to do it. He was going to shove his face. He was going to murder Saxton with some cake. And then the fucking social dickbags ruined it. They ruined it. There was no cake to Saxton's face at all because they came down and they attacked the New Day, which really, really sucks because the cake to Saxton's face was New Day's way of making up the fact that they got my time machine broken. In the arms of the angel. So now I didn't get that. No reparations. Now, after order was restored, we got a New Day versus Social Outcasts match. Now, calling it a match is somewhat of an exaggeration. It was more of a lesson. The Social Outcasts learned that you never fuck with a man and his cake because the New Day absolutely dominated them throughout the entire match. It wasn't even close. 1, 2, 3, New Day wins. New Day's awesome. Fuck the Outcasts. Fuck the Vaudevillains. I want my time machine back. Alright, we got another Money in the Bank qualifier match. Now this time we have a match between Cesaro and The Miz. Now I'm a big fan of Cesaro, but I am an even bigger fan of The Miz. Now if you would have told me a couple years ago that I'd be sitting here telling you guys that I'm a big fan of The Miz, I would have revoked your right to watch wrestling and probably slapped you in the face. The guy has been on an absolute tear in 2016. My personal MVP, well, you know, besides Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens is the best ever. Anybody who doesn't agree with that is a fucking idiot. Now, after a hard-fought and hard-hitting match, Cesaro picked up the win after he hit the neutralizer on The Miz. The Fatal 4-Way match between Owens, Zayn, Cesaro, and Miz at Extreme Rules was on par for me with the Roman Reigns AJ match for match of the night. And the very next night for Cesaro and The Miz to come back and put on another great match just proves to me, and should prove to the rest of the internet, how great these two guys are. I can't wait to see what's coming up in the future for both The Miz and Cesaro. I think both of their futures are incredibly bright. The Miz with Maryse together, just keep them on TV as long as you possibly can. I am such a fan of these two together. It brings The Miz up to a whole new level, and it gives them an extra layer. It gives them someone to play off of. WWE is actually doing some pretty good work here with like the mid-card, so I'm hoping that it keeps on going like this, because it's been pretty much the most entertaining parts of their shows recently. We go backstage now with an interesting interaction between Stephanie McMahon and Seth Rollins. Now, when Seth first sees Stephanie, he's elated. He's so happy to see her. Big old hug, but Steph gives him one of these. You know, if a woman goes like this when you move in for a hug, you ain't getting a hug, sir. You might get arrested, actually. So Stephanie informs him that things in the WWE have changed, that their relationship, their dynamic has changed. Hug time is over. We're gonna shake hands like true business people, which kind of upset Seth. When Stephanie walked away, he looked like a sad puppy dog. Like that. It's another Money in the Bank qualifying match. This time it pitched Chris Jericho versus Apollo Crews. Now Chris Jericho comes out first, and his back is bandaged up. It's all, oh god, the thumbtacks. I'm too old. I can't watch that shit anymore. It's brutal. I didn't like it. The only thing that I found really weird about this is that the scarf kind of clashed with the bandages. Definite fashion faux pas, Jericho. I'm a big Apollo Crews fan. I like the guy. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he has a bright future in the WWE, but this match was not his best. I don't really know how to explain it. It just, he was off, and it just seemed really bad. Like, at no point was this more obvious than when Apollo was down on the mat and Jericho was going for the lion salt, when Apollo went for a kip up and then got destroyed by Jericho, who was doing the lion salt, and it wasn't a very good match. Chris Jericho won, which completely shocked me. I mean, I thought he'd be gone after Actually, I thought he'd be gone after WrestleMania, and then I thought he'd be gone after Payback, and then I thought he'd be gone after Extreme Rules, and he's still here! Did his band break up or something? What are you still doing here, Jericho? I mean, I don't mind. I like Jericho, but I mean, I just really didn't expect him to win this match. Jericho's in the Money in the Bank match, and Apollo Crews had a really, really bad match, and I don't know what they're doing with him. He seems to be relegated to jobber status already, and he hasn't even been on the main roster for that long, so it's disappointing. But I think if he went back down to NXT for a while and just, you know, kept working on his game, he'd be fine in the future. I think that he got called up way too early, though. Alright, we go backstage now with JoJo, who is with Baron Corbin. Now, Corbin said he hit Ziggler in the balls because he could, and Ziggler interrupts the promo and he makes a bunch of really fucking lame jokes, and then he challenges him to my favorite thing in the world, a technical wrestling match, whatever the fuck that is. Now, whenever I ask somebody to define a technical wrestling match for me, they usually say that it's mat-based wrestling. Okay, so that's every fucking wrestling match that's ever taken place! Now, Corbin accepts this technical wrestling match challenge for next week on Raw, and then Dolph replies that, "You better watch me tonight. You better watch me in my match with Ambrose, cause I'm gonna steal the show." Ugh. Up next, we got a match between Bubba Ray Dudley and Big Cass, but the big story here was that Enzo Amore made his return to Monday Night Raw. Now, he got on the mic and he spit that hot fire like only Enzo can. Now, I really like it when he says, couple of haters. I fucking love that. It's great. Now, Enzo is absolutely fantastic on the mic, but his best stuff is when he slows it down and you can actually hear what he says. Now, that's when the couple of haters comes out. Now, that's just fun to say, really. Like, if you don't have fun saying that, you're probably dead inside, or you're a ginger and you have no soul. Either one. Come at me, internet, because you know what you are? You're just a bunch of haters, just a couple of haters. God, that's so much fun. Now, this match was pretty quick. I mean, Bubba and Cass put on a pretty decent match. Nothing to write home about, but it did what it had to do, and that's make Cass look dominant. Now, he did look dominant throughout the entire match, and he hit the Empire Elbow for the win. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, just like that. I don't know where the fuck that came from. In the ring now, we have Charlotte, Dana Brooke, and Ric Flair. Now, Rick gets on the mic and he starts touting how proud he is of Charlotte and how great she is and all this great stuff. And then Charlotte grabs the mic. She cut a scathing promo, which I'm sure was steeped in reality. It had to be. There was way too much emotion, and it was actually kind of a little bit uncomfortable to watch. She just, like, completely went to town on Rick. You were never there, you're a shitty father, etc. All this shit, and goddamn, Ric Flair crying on command? Kudos to you, sir. You crying on command officially makes you the best actor in WWE. This was a really good segment. I am a big fan of Charlotte holding on to this title. The more she holds on to it, the more heat she gets, the bigger deal it'll be when someone takes it off her eventually. Sasha Banks. And now for our absolutely no one gives a shit match of the night. It's Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. The goof versus the unfunny comedian. Like I said, no fucks were given, especially not from your buddy Broski. In fact, the best part of this match was when I went over to my toaster oven and I made myself toast. The best part of the match was watching the bread turn into toast. Yeah, so Ambrose beat Ziggler. Yay. And Ambrose is going into the Money in the Bank match, which he'll probably win. Fuck. But not all is doom and gloom, folks. Remember earlier on in the night when our favorite fucking stand-up comedian, Dolph Ziggler, told Baron Corbin to watch his match and that he was going to show off and steal the show and all his other fucking lame catchphrases? Yeah, how'd that work out for you, Dolph? Apparently you went to the Dean Ambrose school of shit-talking. You talked a whole lot of shit, and then you couldn't back it up, and you got your ass kicked. Our main event for the evening and the final Money in the Bank qualifying match for the night is AJ Styles versus my boy, Kevin Owens. Now, before the match starts, AJ cuts a promo on the Usos and Anderson and Gallo where he says that if it wasn't for their interference, he would have walked out of Extreme Rules with the WWE Championship. Now, Anderson and Gallows take offense to this, and they make their way to the ring. Now, AJ informs them that this isn't Japan. Things have changed, and it's not going to work that way here in the WWE. Anderson and Gallows say, nah, man, you've changed, bro. Now, AJ suggests that they break up professionally. He still calls Anderson and Gallows his brothers, but Anderson and Gallows are having none of it. No, sir, not today. They say they don't want to be brothers anymore, and they're certainly not friends anymore. I hate breakups. So after Dylan broke up with Brenda,
and what we have to do is break up.
We got an AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens match, and oh, what a match it was. This was my match of the night. I mean, Kevin Owens was in it, so that really goes without saying because he's always my match of the night because he always has the best matches on the card, no matter where he is. It just so happens that tonight he's where he belongs, in the main event. Now, it was a really good match. I could watch AJ and Owens for days on end. I definitely watched this match with hashtag pants off. Start using that. And in the end, my boy hit AJ Styles with a pop-up powerbomb for the 1, 2, 3, a clean victory over AJ Styles for my boy Kevin Owens, who is headed to Money in the Bank to take that briefcase. cash it in and become your and my WWE World Heavyweight Champion for the rest of time. He's going to beat all kinds of records. He's going to make Bruno look like a bitch, and he's going to take over the WWE. Watch it. It's going to happen. Just watch. Just watch. So there you have it, guys. My Raw reactions first thing in the morning. Now, I was a little bit late this week, and I apologize for that, but next Tuesday morning, when you guys get up and you run to your computers all excited, Raw reactions will be there for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at MTLBroski for all the latest first thing in the morning news. Go give the Facebook fan page a like at facebook.com/FTITM, and be sure to check out my SmackDown reviews as well as all the other great articles on kayfabetoday.wordpress.com. And until next Tuesday morning, guys, this has been my Raw reactions first thing in the morning.
Tonight, bright lights, high crowd, yeah, we came to throw down, everybody get loud. Tonight